Good morning and hello to Kasih Foundation, the home and parent of Kasih Hospice Care. For those who are new to Kasih, allow me to just introduce a little bit of what Kasih does. So Kasih is a charitable organization that offers medical services and emotional support to patients who are facing life-threatening illnesses, or in layman's terms, who are facing end of life. So just to give you an idea on the scope of services that Kasih Hospice provides, we have a medical team of 2 doctors and 6 nurses, and they drive out to patients requiring medical support and medication. So all this is given free of charge. Kasih also lends out medical equipment such as hospital beds, wheelchairs, oxygen concentrators, commodes, all for free. And Kasih also has a team of 60 active volunteers who are broken up into 6 teams, and they visit the general hospitals to offer emotional support and companionship to those facing end of life. In addition to that, Kasih also undertakes public education in hospice, in caring for those with heavy illnesses. We have a course called the Caregivers Workshop, so that actually shows people how to look after people at home who have serious illness. It also organizes public talks given by medical professionals on different aspects of health as well as disease. And Kasih is also active in the community. It runs activities in the Selayang General Hospital's Daycare Center. So it goes there every Friday, and it organizes activities for palliative care patients, because the health of the mind, the well-being of the mind is as important to well-being of the body. So COVID-19 has been catastrophic. It has meant loss of life, loss of livelihood, loss of jobs, loss of normality, broken support systems. And you know there are doctors' reports and reports from social welfare organizations to say there's been a marked increase in mental health issues, family conflicts, depression, anxiety due to isolation. And Kasih, as a hospice care provider, has not been spared from the ravages of COVID-19. You might ask, how is an organization affected? Well, first of all, we employ a medical team, 2 doctors and 6 nurses, and they drive out to patients within the city as well as on the outskirts of this area in order to take care of the patients. There's a cost to that. And then there's the medication. And as for the medical equipment that Kasih lends out, we have to repair them, replace them, so that the public can continue to have access. So there's a monitoring factor to all of this. And where does it get the funding? Kasih's funding primarily comes from you, from members of the public who dug into your pockets and donated to Kasih's work. So the harsh reality is, during this pandemic, even though sickness has taken over a large part of the community, what has happened is that people get scared. They start to conserve their resources. They don't know how long this pandemic will last, how serious it will be. So they hold back on donating, which is perfectly understandable. But the result of that is that donations for Kasih's work slows down to trickle. And the painful truth is that although funding slows down, sickness and dying does not. And yet Kasih's team, medical team, still has to go out to serve patients. We still need to have equipment available for loan. So one of the pillars of Kasih's funding comes from our annual charity food fair. So this is where 100+ volunteers cook food at home and bring it to the venue to sell. And those who have shops or are involved in factories, they too bring their items for sale at this charity food fair. And all the proceeds of that come to Kasih's work. It's a fantastic, triumph of human goodwill for community service. But during the pandemic, we've been hit. We are on our knees. So Kasih's management have to scratch their heads and think of what can we do since the charity food fair can't be held because of the crowds. What else can we do in order to raise funds? And thus, this Head Shave palliative care campaign was born. And we have management of Kasih Hospice, Kasih Foundation, together with other volunteers, 20 heroes who have come forward to offer their head of hair for Kasih's work. Just to put it in perspective, for most of us, when we look in the mirror and we see 2 strands of white hair, we freak out. For our heroes today, they are having it all taken off. For the next 3 to 4 months, they are going to be stared at, gawked at, and everybody's going to say, oh, what happened to you? What happened? What did you do? Why are you doing this? So they have to live with this for the next few months and put up with all the questions. So, hand to heart, hands together, salutes to our heroes of the day who are going to participate in this head shave, which will start shortly. And we have 2 stylists who have very generously given their time to do the head shave. You mentioned 150 to 200 cases. Your medical team. The medical team is looking after 200 cases each day.
People have taboo about word hospice, and people felt, oh, if I get my family members to be cared for by hospice, they are going to die sooner. That is our first challenge, to reach out to the people to say, no, hospice is not about making people die faster, but actually making the quality of life better.
Some of the stories about these nurses who could easily work in a hospital, where they just went to work, went to the hospital, did their work and then came home. But they travel a long way and go and see these people that are in the last stages of their life at a really difficult time for them and their family. It's really hard work, both physically demanding and also mentally and emotionally, and yet they have these beautiful hearts.
Different person have different perception on beauty. I feel a person beauty is the inner beauty that I see in the doctors and the nurses in the hospice. I think the beauty in them is bringing joy to others, to the patients, and when we see others happy, we eventually also get affected by the happiness.
They give this for free. It's a non-profit organisation, and there's not a lot of support in society for that. And to see these people courageously standing up and saying, this is a need that needs to be met, and we're going to go and do something about it.
I never knew that I liked painting. I saw a little girl who's struggling for life, and she did wonderful paintings. So I see, if the girl can live such a meaningful life, why can't I? She's not giving up her life. It wasn't easy, but I think as long as we have hope in our heart, I think we'll go through the process. There's a reason I think I live for my loved ones. As long as there's a hope in the patient's heart and there's a will of living, there's always a better tomorrow. Where there's love, there's always time, and there's nothing is impossible.
So hello, Dr. Go. Let me introduce Pik Pin. Dr. Go Pik Pin is the president of Kasih Foundation and Kasih Hospice. She's also at the moment the director of the Institute of Clinical Research at the National Institute of Health. See, that's quite a mouthful. And we all know her as Pin. So Pin has been with Kasih Hospice right from the beginning. So, questions for you. Kasih has been established for 23 years and is offered free hospice service and lending of medical equipment, etc. for all that time. So, how has Kasih sustained itself financially? And what do you see going forward as a result of COVID-19? What kind of collateral damage, has Kasih suffered?
Thank you, Hui. Before I answer Hui's question, I must introduce Hui also. Hui is one of the founding members of Kasih Hospice. I think without Hui, Kasih Hospice will not be here. And there are a few other founding members who Hui will be introducing later on. So Kasih Hospice is a community hospice. We are not-for-profit NGO. Thus, we actually depend a lot on community support from corporate as well as from Ministry of Health for the expenditure that we need to care for almost like 800 patients per year. So knowing that community hospice is hospice service provided at patients' home, we have qualified doctors and nurses visit patients at home, providing all the medical equipment and medicine needed. So the expenditure for that kind of medical service is rather high. It's about 1.3 million we need a year. But we are very glad in the past community, public, corporate are very supportive, including Ministry of Health, which has been continuously giving us some funds. Early this year, when pandemic started in February, we started to look at our account and the incoming donation. So the directors and the management were rather have some very great concern because donations kind of stopped coming in. So thanks to Catherine, who is our manager, who told that we cannot go on to do like what you call community food charity fair in a crowded manner. So why not we do something simpler, which is head shaving, and all of us have hair. It's only some can cut their hair, but some do not. So she herself volunteered first, and I'm certainly very inspired by her courage and her selfless contribution to palliative care. So I then came on as one of the volunteers and slowly influencing all the others, directors, and currently we have about 20 officially pledged ambassadors to shave our hair. So that's how we started this fundraising. So you said about collateral damage, which is a damage that is unavoidable, this is unprecedented. Coronavirus has made the whole world affected by its present, not only sickness and life, but also financial hardship. So in the future, as we know, coronavirus will not go away so fast, and the vaccine unfortunately has not shown up to today its effectiveness, and it's still a long way to get the vaccine. The conditions like this leave a lot of uncertainty for medical doctors and nurses who visit patients at home. Because when they go to a patient's home, not only patients are there are also family members, visitors who may have returned abroad or may not review their risk. So our medical teams are constantly having this fear of being transmitted the virus. So first they have to continue to wear some kind of protection, that PPE, this is the new normal. And that PPE is not cheap, so it will add cost to our expenses. Number two is also the way we care for patients. We have to turn on to virtual and telemedicine approach. So this is another challenge. This is something new, But we are learning, we are already in the process of converting our paper medical records to electronic system. We are also have already familiar with the Zoom and other kind of virtual handover cases and medical discussion. And patients are quite familiar with our phone calls now. So not only phone calls, but also face call and some way that we can see the patient and communicate. So these are all challenges that we did not foresee previous time.
I see. That's a big handful to cope with. Thank you very much, Nitin. And you are the first one to have your head shaving.
Besides India, I would like to add, we are also very grateful. Besides the 21 pledge ambassadors, there are also about 6 of them who have actually pledged at home earlier on. They are a family of 3. The youngest by the name of Russian. He's 11 years old. He and his father, mother, Gita, and auntie. They have already shaved a few days ago. We also have Catherine Lee, the manager. Father has also shaved yesterday. We have Patricia Tan, iPhone, and also Mr. Wong, who just pledged to get their hair cut. And last but not least, there's a group of devotees from a Buddhist temple. This morning, they just had their hair shaved. There's some ceremony and Facebook out. So we are very grateful that so many people, after hearing our event and on their own, have already also do this hair shaving at home and the rest before today.
So thank you to the off-site shavies too. Okay, so while you have your haircut, let me just now introduce everybody to Dr. Xiao Qipeng. Qipeng is the Director of Medical Services of Kasih Hospice, and she oversees all the meetings with the medical team. So this team is very professionally run. So if I could just ask you some questions, Dr. Xiao, how did Kasih arrange its activities during the pandemic? And how did the medical team prepare themselves for visits into individual homes? And then if I could just squeeze in one more question. Could you tell us some of the challenges and risks that your medical team members actually face on a day-to-day basis? Thank you.
Thank you, Faye. Yes. Currently, Kasih Hospice has a team made up of 2 doctors and 6 nurses. Right from the beginning of the year when we heard of COVID-19, we started off breaking up the team, and so that we have 2 separate teams in case of exposure. We also started off doing virtual conferencing, teleconferencing, with the handover from the nurses to the doctors. And then, of course, when the MCO started on the 18th of March, the team decided to had to go on very strictly following the SOP. So a lot of the cases, we knew from the very beginning, we cannot stop seeing patients. Patients need our help. So the service had to continue. So we switched more than half onto phone review and video reviewing with patients. And the others who are urgently needing the visit, the nurses and the doctor would still have to brave themselves and do the home visits. Yeah. But of course, the number of home visits was cut down at the very beginning when the situation was very unsure. There were a lot of worries, a lot of concerns of how much we could be at risk from doing the home visit. So then came the PPE, the face shield, definitely the mask, the face shield, even full PPE, even to the extent of driving an individual car. Not the nurse and the doctor may go from their own houses and meet or not meet or arriving at the patient's house. Yeah, and then they would have to change off the PPE before getting into their car and go home. It was definitely very challenging at the very beginning because of the unknown of the severity of the pandemic. But I think our team performed really well, and they showed through the whole 3 months of the challenges we were facing. I mean, I had my nurses volunteering, fighting to see patients, just so that they can protect their own colleague of not exposing themselves. It was definitely really touching. And yeah, but today we are in a safer situation now, and we hope this situation continue to improve.
Thank you so much. So please start shaving. Maybe I could just add a little bit. You know, when the medical team goes out to patients' homes, some of the homes are in very remote areas, and some of the homes are in areas where you have a bit of concern for your own safety. But the team goes individually in their cars. They just see the patients, and they don't just wheel in and wheel out the medicine. They talk to the patients, they talk to the families. So there is also, in addition to the medical support, there is the emotional support that's given by the Kasih team. So we should all rejoice and be happy that this philosophy of emotional support, has found its way into medical home care.
Yeah.
Wow!
I'm from the top, she's from the back. Your families are working.
Wow! Such courage!
But we are actually felt that the others are more courageous. Medical team who are caring for patients. We are just losing our care. They will lose their health or life, or we continue their medical care, especially the frontliners in the hospitals as well. Courage is
In many
something.
forms. Still look like the old friend I know.
Sure. Am I still looking good?
Still look like she thinks me.
It's going. No U-turn.
It will grow back in 3 to 4 months' time. Yes.
Maybe you go back early.
Nicer hair.
I've got this ready.
Oh.
Yeah.
Dr. Xiao is a person of many talents. She not only is the doctor that oversees the medical services, she sews as well. She sews,
PPE and
PPE.
But no, not me. It's actually a group of very dedicated volunteers. We have about 20 volunteers.
Do the stitching as well.
Did the stitching, did the face shields. I think we did altogether 20,000 pieces of PPE.
20,000 homemade pieces.
Yeah. Gowns. Yes. Group of volunteers. Yeah.
And we actually send it to the hospitals, the hospitals layan. During the peak of the MCO and officer is driving around, the special service to deliver the PPE.
Dr. Doe's family, she recruited the whole family.
Kasih, I wanted to ask you, how many cases does the medical team look after at any one time or 1 year?
Throughout the whole MCO, our cases didn't actually decrease. We didn't see a huge increase either, but it was still coming in. We see about 150 to about 200 at any one time. Yeah.
I see. So for staff, 6.
6
200. So that's quite a heavy load.
Yes.
I see.
Sickness comes regardless of coronavirus or whatever pandemic. So most of them are cancer patients, and less than 10% are end-stage renal failure. So those who need our care certainly during that time. And actually, we should also share with you that the palliative care doctors in the hospital were very concerned that the community hospital provider will stop their service. So they actually give us a call and some discussion, and we assured them that no, we'll continue our visit.
We work very closely with the general hospitals. In fact, most of the patients of Kasih are referrals from the general hospitals, am I right?
Yeah, a big majority will be from the public hospital. Yeah, mainly Line Hospital and PPUM and HKL.
But now also we are seeing private doctors, private oncologists are also donating, referring their patients
To Kasih.
We are seeing increasingly more and more from the private sector, even from family members.
Right.
Self-referring.
think the public is starting to become aware of the value of hospices and providing palliative care and support.
We're definitely very happy.
Oh, on the last leg.
That's it.
Actually, you look good, you know.
As I showed some of you my photo this morning, to share with some of the staff here. When I was, I think 1 month old, and I had bald head. So I told them this is the second time. So we are born without hair.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Actually, you look very fashionable. We put you on a Harley Davidson and leathers, you know.
She's good.
Yes, you know, professional head of mustache or the hairdresser who volunteer their time to come and shave for us.
相追更
Yes, and the daughter and the friend.
好多謝你。
Thank you so much.
Yeah. She's
Like a mirror, I can see self as look good, so I should look good as well.
Fine, actually.
one more tick on the bucket list.
Why?
It
I can't say it was
never
on
really
my
on the bucket list, really. Just created it.
My bucket list is going to Maui, okay? I'm not shaving my head.
I go to Maldives now, not for the next few years. So we're doing here, it's for the sun, yeah.
We can see each other. Thank you.
Good that no glasses.
Yes, it's good.
Finn looks like a nun and Chicken looks like a jazz singer.
Oh, wow. Thank you for the compliment.
That is, yeah.
And there are many people are following live and compose. They're seeing the action, right? So hopefully encourage.
So although you should see 4 people here, there are many volunteers who are at the moment at Kasih Foundation's premises. They are looking after the other shavies who are about to come up. They have to help to sweep the floor when it's done and to maintain the SOP requirements. So many people are involved this morning. Good.
For those who are waiting, don't worry, no pain, no discomfort.
Colin, don't you think she's beautiful? The family,
But she's really very good.
family is here.
It's like this pampered, you know.
Thank you.
Yeah. Here come my today.
Okay. Thank you, Phil. Thank you, Chipe.
Thank you. Can I talk to you?
SOB.
Yes, doctors.
It is actually.
And
Like you have
So good afternoon, everybody. So I think that you're all here to tune in to the Kasih shaving campaign event. So on today, we actually managed to get two very busy people, but very dedicated in palliative care, Dr. Goh and also Dr. Xiao to be with us today. So we'll be just having a heart-to-heart talk regards to palliative care in Malaysia. First, we have Dr. Goh Pek here, who's the president of Kasih Hospice or Kasih Foundation for more than 20 years, and also Dr. Xiao here, who is a very dedicated doctor in Kasih Hospice as well. First, I would like to ask one of the questions that most of us would actually have an idea or thought about it before. We know that medical care is actually very costly, and obviously during COVID-19 pandemic, it definitely affected palliative care as well. So, Dr. Goh, so how do you and your team actually sustain medical services when it comes to providing free health care to palliative care patients?
Thank you very much. Yeah, this is a very true situation we are facing. Medical hospice, providing community care hospice to the people in need of end-of-life care with professional doctors and nurses are costly. Besides, Kasih Hospice also giving free medicine and medical equipment. So understanding every year for the last 20 years, we have been depending very heavily on community support through individual donors, corporates, as well as the Ministry of Health funding. So we sustain by, besides donation, we also do charity events such as our annual Kasih Hospice Charity Fair, where we have like a fun fair where a lot of people come bringing the food or items to be sold. So it is a very physically very intimate situation where people actually have to come in group and have fun. So when January, when we heard about this pandemic happening in China, so already some thoughts went among the director and the management of Kasih Hospice how to organize our annual fundraising event. So a lot of thoughts went in whether we do an e-commerce kind of thing or people order online, but it's not so easy. And when we're looking at our monthly donation, it's coming down. Corporate, less corporate donating and also individual. A lot of people are unsure what's going to happen during the pandemic and post-pandemic. The country is going to recession, people may lose their job. So as we are looking at the expenditure and donation that come in, we quickly, together with our manager Catherine, she proposed the idea of this head shaving for palliative care. So when the idea came, the directors are very happy. Initially, she's the one who volunteered first to shave her own hair and get a few of her friends. Then after I started to think and then talk to Chipeng, Dr. Xiao, our medical director, maybe I will also want to volunteer. I say, I'm inspired by Catherine, who is a manager and willing, as a young lady with pretty hair. I'm quite an older lady with short hair. So I thought, why not I also join her to just shave hair, because hair can grow back, but funding is essential, and we are actually looking at the rate already. We are like taking out a fixed deposit to sustain the service. So after talking to Dr. Xiao, I agreed. So after that, Dr. Xiao herself also agreed to be part of this, and another director called Mr. Wong. So it get the momentum going and more volunteers come, and up to today we have about 20, and a few others are actually also want to join, and they are doing the head shaving themselves. So I always feel that when the road is blocked, there's always other way to find, to eventually reach your target, reach your destination. Just that we have to be brave, have to think outside the box, and also a little sacrifice. As a person without hair is quite a challenge, can be a new experience, but to many, especially when you're a working person, going to work, people will think something wrong with you, or are you sick or something. But we understand. We are doing this not because of empathy to patients who lose their hair because of chemotherapy. People ask me, why is it so? We are doing this, it's a kind of calling to say that we want people to support a mission which is very meaningful, and losing something, part of your body is actually not that difficult if you are thinking about the intention is to help others. So hair is very important part of our body. Even money is important also for fundraising. So the other selfish reason is I thought just losing hair and can get people donate to this cause is quite simple, not like organizing the charity food fair. We actually have to find people to support us and then prepare the food and then a lot of promoting with the coupons. So this one is mouth talking to friends, and many friends are actually very generous and supporting. So that's how Kasih Hospice management thought this year we will cancel our Kasih Hospice Charity Fair and do this head shaving for palliative care as alternative. Hopefully next year we'll go back to our COVID-19 no longer as a pandemic and we can go back to usual.
So our next ambassador, the two, first is Dr. Lam Ji Loong. I may introduce you first. Dr. Lam is a cognitive medicine consultant and lecturer at the University of Malaya. He is also the president of the Malaysia Hospice Council. That's the umbrella organization for all hospices in the country. So thank you very much, Dr. Lam, for being with us. You know, this is a great generosity and noble heart. If I may ask, what is the impact of COVID-19 pandemic on hospices throughout the country?
Well, as the MHC, we've been trying to support all the hospices globally in trying to continue their services, because even though COVID has hit the public, it's important that healthcare services were not impacted as far as possible. People who were unwell, people who were needy, people who were suffering in their own homes still required the help of palliative care. And I think it was quite imperative for the hospices that at least some contact and support was still available for the patients who needed it in the community. So I think as the Hospice Council, we were trying to support the hospices through guidelines, through recommendations, through support meetings as well, to try to encourage them to continue services as a minimum in the telephone call, but if they could, prior to visiting, if they could make a good risk assessment, then we encourage them to still go out if they could, and if they felt that there was less risk to themselves and to the patients and families they were visiting as well. I think in addition, we saw it on ourselves to try to support them by trying to get PPE, personal protective equipment, because if they were visiting people, it was important that our own staff weren't getting affected. It was important that the public weren't getting infected by our staff as well who were going to do visits. So it was something that we felt is very important. And I think I'd like to say that palliative care is pretty much everyone's business. There are over 25 hospices across the country trying to deliver palliative care, and Kasih Hospice is one of them. And in a way, I'm here today as a show of solidarity and support to what we are doing here and to what hospices nationally are trying to do, because they are all in need of support all over the country. And I hope that if you are joining in, certainly support Kasih Hospice and support everyone who is trying to continue this work.
Thank you so much, Dr. Lam was in a very tight schedule, but he squeezed in some time for his head shave. So maybe we can start with the head shave while I talk to Catherine.
Okay.
So Catherine Lee is our general manager of Kasih Hospice, and this campaign is her brainchild. So Catherine is also secretary to the Malaysia Hospice Council. Honorary secretary, and you are also a death positivity advocate. All right, so you can tell us a little bit about that later. But for now, I just wanted to ask you, this campaign is not for the faint-hearted. What made you come up with this idea?
I think it's not a unique idea in that sense, but it's unique to the palliative care industry. So that's what I wanted to bring over. And because of the COVID, we were looking for ways to have that sense of solidarity, that sense of something special that everyone could do. especially for a lot of the public members and a lot of us who felt we were, maybe stuck in a box with, how do we help everyone? We have very caring Malaysians, but, people wanted to take action, and this was one of the ways we could do it. Whether through a function or in their own homes, and it was very, very successful. I'm very grateful to everyone who supported us. We had supporters even from different states calling in saying they want to shave, and it's been a very humbling experience.
Wonderful. And now just tell us a little bit. I was curious. What is a death positivity advocate?
Death positivity looks at sort of a kind of way of not being afraid of the end, to kind of use a reflection and meditation of death or end of life care to live a better life. So it's more about reflecting on your values, getting to know your own self better, so you can live the life you actually want. And having safe spaces for this sort of activities to take place. So we hold death cafes, we have conversations about it, and we talk about it to people who need a bit of hand holding. Yeah.
So you're the ideal candidate to be our general manager. Thank you very much, Kathy. Wow, would be cool, Dr. Lam. You look like a rock star, you should have half of it long and half of it shaven. Mohawk, yeah. In pink and green.
I don't think I'll be allowed to work.
Simply for psychiatric evaluation. And off it goes, Catherine. Yeah. You look like one of the footballers in the big European clubs.
I did this before when I was about 18.
I see.
Yeah, so it's not a new, but it's very interesting doing it again after 20 years.
I see.
Yeah.
Did you have any sort of unease as the day approached?
Not when I was 18. I think when you're 18, you're fearless, but for this, I had a bit of fear.
Okay, kind of content for honesty.
But you realize you're not as young as you were, and so I'm really grateful to my directors and to everyone who's keeping me company. Also agrees to come on board and do this for the first time, and it's very brave of them. Yes. And to do it publicly.
Wow, you've got long hair, so this is quite a change.
I can go back to.
Oh, really?
Longer than you.
Is that your usual hairstyle, or you kept it?
It's his post-COVID hairstyle.
It's true, that's really long. You kept your hair up so long. It's enough for a wig.
From great CEO. Checking your free Chinese New Year.
I see. That's a bit uncomfortable. So in your area of work, have you found that there's a marked increase in awareness of palliative medicine?
I think it's gradually improving, but I think we're having to advocate all the time because it's really a taboo subject that not many people want to talk about. As Catherine alluded to, no one really wants to think about it.
Even though it's definitely going to happen.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's a lot of resistance to talking about death, to talking about end of life. So it's hospices create the opportunity
for the conversation,
for that conversation to take place. And we can have degrees of such conversations happening. So you can have it in a safer way with an event or just a general talk. You can have something a lot more concerted and which explores deeper into a person's psyche. So we are well positioned within the community to play a very big part towards education, like just showing the way, showing what options are available, bringing in spirituality choices that might never have been considered. And we can do it in a safe way, which unites both science and spirituality and arts. So I feel there's a lot of role for hospices to play, not just in palliative care, but we are community agents. We don't just provide medical, we have the opportunity to provide a great deal more.
Right. And Doctor, do all general hospitals in major towns have a palliative ward?
Oh, no, not at all.
Oh, they're all working towards that.
We work in partnership with the Ministry of Health, and so vast majority of hospitals in Malaysia are the Ministry of Health. And they are certainly moving initially to try to get a palliative care specialist in every state hospital. But not every hospital has a palliative care ward or a specialist now. And everyone's working very hard, and I really give credit to my colleagues in the Ministry of Health because they are stretching themselves and crossing like state boundaries, even leaving their own hospital to provide visiting services to other smaller hospitals in the states. So they're really trying hard, and I think we're aiming and hoping, persevering and trying to expand services across the country for all Malaysians.
We'll fully remind you.
Thank you.
Still drop dead handsome, Dr. Lam. And it is a machine video.
I have a lot of hats, so.
Oh, there's more. Oh, it's not done. You're not done yet.
How do you feel, Dr. Lam?
How I feel? I feel much colder and lighter.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen myself yet, so
Ah.
I don't know what to think.
Yeah.
I remember that.
I have a mirror somewhere.
Oh, it's my honor.
Try not to
Oh, you want me to ask you for ID?
So Dr. Lam, do you think you would do this again?
You'll need to ask me.
Many heads.
There's first time for everything, so I'm happy to teach that.
And there's a second time too. Wow.
Kasih Hospice is very great appreciative of your coming as the chairman of the Malaysia Hospice Council. So your head will grow like this. This is for your wife, from time.
Thank you for your support, Doctor.
First time, both of them.
Have a good day. Thank you so much.
I promise Catherine I will take a picture with her. So
Okay, great.
she's been a great partner for
Oh,
the
okay, I agree.
Absolutely. Anytime.
Wow. Look like actress. Just go ahead.
I would recommend to everyone to try at least once
In your lifetime.
Yes, yeah.
On behalf of the directors, you are expecting at least roles after the. Can you take the picture?
1, 2, 3.
Yay!
Thank you. Thank you.
Wow, let's cannot be two, cannot be after the one. Wong as well, our director would like to take, there are 3 directors.
Oh, Wong has taken off his cap.
Yes.
Yay, Mr. Wong.
Yay!
New ball club.
1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I must take a picture of my power.
You are acting best. Yes, you have expression. Hello, black.
So, and see how you did. No, I haven't. I've been waiting after because Catherine said, oh, please come and do this.
We need more value.
I'm not like that.
Yeah, true, we need more value.
Better come as well.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Has actually managed to garner a lot of donation. Maybe we can actually do it as like a sub event next year as well.
We'll see how whether it will happen because people usually want new thing. Like what do you think, Jipping?
Well, hopefully our hair grow back faster.
It will, yeah.
It will, yeah.
We will see because usually people like to have some unique or different events for fundraising.
Yeah.
Fair is different because there are many items people bring in new idea, new items to see. But we will see. But if every year same people, Chipping and I or Catherine shave our hair become not so exciting, I mean people always like exciting.
Participate and contribute. Yeah.
As Mr. Wong way on, so Wong is a accountant by training and the current treasurer of Kasih Foundation. So he's Mr. Moneybags, and he looks at all the accounts with a fine-tooth comb. So Wong, some questions for you. What is the public response been to this campaign? And have you met your targets? And what would you like to say to the donors?
Okay. First of all, we set a very modest target at the very beginning, just 400K, 400,000, and that was based on the performance of our previous year's charity fair. And we may not set any high target because of, times are bad, people's budgets are tight. So 400,000, and we were even quite afraid that we may not be able to meet it. But it turned out to be so, the public support is so tremendously amazing. And you know what? At 11 a.m. when we checked our bank balance, we have 952 pounds.
Oh.
We are close to 1 million, and I suppose there will be more coming in. So that will take care quite a lot of our annual expenditures. Yeah, but well, we also have to worry about next year's, because times are bad. I think it's going to be even worse.
Yes, that's true. The annual overheads is about 1.3 million.
1.3 million.
I see, and so far you've managed to get 9.
Yes. And
thank you, public.
Yeah, the members of public are really amazing, and their generosity and kindness actually humble us so much. Yeah. So I would really want to say thank you to all of you. You're all very great, right? And what should I say? I should also thank on behalf of the patients because of the support. They're able to serve the patients. And the patients, although they are faceless here, they should be very grateful to all the members of the public, all the donors. You know what? There's an interesting story I'm going to tell you. A donor told me I stopped hunting for thieves. And I find it more meaningful to contribute to a charitable organization to you than to the body company. Yeah, wonderful. So sweet of you to tell me that. Thank you.
I forgot to mention that Wong isn't naturally bald. He too had his head shaved before he came here. So thank you very much, Wong. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so now we'll move on to our next ambassadors. Let me introduce. Let me start with Sally Ong. So Sally Ong is a management consultant for training, but she took early retirement to engage in serious Dharma study. So Sally, I just wanted to ask you your thought process in coming to the decision to have your head shaved.
Well, actually for me, it wasn't such a difficult decision. It wasn't difficult. I mean, when I look at it, basically it was Kasih Hospice actually provides very essential service. I think people, no matter who you are, what spiritual system you have, I think they're entitled to a peaceful and happy life. And it is inevitable, we all die. So, from a cost perspective, Kasih Hospice is definitely a good cause. And I know I'm not medically trained, so there's no way I can be medical staff. And I actually attended one of the workshops for the volunteers. I know I couldn't because I cried for conscience. and it was a role play that I saw when they were doing the workshop. And I cried at the drop of the hand. So again, that was not an area I could contribute. So this was easy for me. My hair grows like weeds. So it is a least I can do.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It is just 20 of you have raised almost a million. Amazing. So amazing. Thank you so much. Now I may introduce Mr. Peck Chi Hen, my long-time Dharma brother. So Peck is an engineer by training, and he's currently the president of the Vajrayana Buddhist Council of Malaysia, which is the umbrella organization for Dharma centers and that follow Tibetan Buddhist tradition. So Peck devotes all his time in the service of Dharma. So I wanted to ask you about your motivation for doing this extra thing of having your hair taken off for Kasih's work.
Thank you very much, my dear sister. Yeah, we have done so much things together. So I noted this new method, this new program that Kasih did for charity with means of shaving the head. But I didn't know it can be an ambassador. Then until I received a text from Amala, and that's like a couple of months ago. So when I saw the text, it can be an ambassador. Then I said, maybe better for me to be an ambassador instead of just giving a donation myself. Because I would like to think that I have a very good network of friends that are in the circle that involved me in the last years. Working together, in this. So I think better to be an ambassador. And anyway, being involved is not new to me. I'm involved, and so I would like to do it again, to have it intentionally involved rather than having a treatment kind of involved.
Thank you so much.
Basically like that.
I think this is
Compassion in action, right? Thank you very much. Here we go.
You need to take out the mask, right?
Yes. This is like a space launch. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Oh, we started before. This is risky business.
You got too much hair.
Exactly, I've never seen your forehead until today.
I had short hair actually, but never long.
So are you ready with your responses when your friends ask you, what happened to you? Why are you called? Are you ready with your responses?
Most of them already know.
Oh, they all, you already squeezed something out of it. Oh, would you like to have those?
Yeah, people speak out in the middle.
When did I teach you this? Okay.
I don't have much hair anyway.
Free haircut.
Very thin, my hair very thin.
Coming on well. Are your kids going to be surprised?
No, I think they're watching.
Oh, they're watching. Okay, good. Bye. You're tall, you're making your hairstyle stand on your toes.
Oh, I see.
Straight down.
Need to have those chairs.
Yeah. Down. Nice, keep down.
My hair, I don't know why, but the white hair comes and goes.
Oh, comes and goes.
Sometimes I have more, sometimes I have less.
I see.
Yeah, I used to tell people, when wisdom goes, the white hair goes.
Tim says it will take 3 to 4 months. But to go back to where you had it. Nice. Have a good look back. Here.
Okay.
Mirror. Look at the mirror.
Yeah. I've seen myself more.
Okay. Yes, Sally.
It will become darker when the hair grow again.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, for me, it becomes
I
darker.
see.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, they've changed it.
I don't know. The last time we grow again, we got younger. Yeah.
The big test.
Yeah.
We are doing very good. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, so great.
Flower for flower.
Flower for girls and plant for men. Change your back. Yeah.
When is to finish? The same time as me?
Yeah.
You will not have much less hair.
Oh, growing
Thank
things.
you very much.
Thank you so much. Take a photo together.
Okay, you want also?
Yeah.
They have rose and rose. The holy flowers. Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
1, 2, 3.
20 years of friendship. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Well done, well done. Well done, Sarah. Well done. Thank you. Thank you all. You're making quick look very hard. Oh, yes. Look at it.
Live stream. Now, maybe I want to share something about why we do Facebook Live. Many of our relative friends are so excited about our venture into this first experience of head shaving. Many want to come the action. Understanding the MCO is still on and we do not want too many people into our small premise. So friends and relatives are encouraged to log on to our Facebook Live to see our action. That's number one. Number two, also because this is our first major head shaving, we want to actually make some recording, eventually become our promotional corporate video. So as you know, the sound, the background sound is sometimes can be disturbing. Thus, we only allow the person who are going to have their hair shaved and a few volunteers who help around to be in our premise. So if tomorrow your grandmother really want to follow you to come and see head shaving, we have to politely tell her cannot come to premise because of this situation, the COVID-19. That's why we are here, COVID-19 pandemic, MCO, social distancing, hygiene, as well as our intention to make this wonderful experience into a very nice corporate video. Yeah, so I hope you don't mind, you tell your friends, memang not conducive to come over.
Let me introduce you to our next pair of ambassadors. We have Mr. Liao Senghu, who's a lawyer. Right? So I'm going to give you the toughest question for the morning.
Oh dear.
My question is, can you give me one word for your reason to join, participate in this head shave campaign?
Life.
Life. Could you elaborate a little bit more on that?
Easy one word.
You can have 7 sentences.
Well, thank you. Where do I speak here?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, life is a gift. I mean, we all have this thing that is able to breathe, and that gives us life. And if we stop breathing, we all die. So we shouldn't take for granted. Every morning when I wake up, I'm thankful that I'm alive. So one of the mission of the palliative care is to ensure that those who are suffering get to able to treat themselves well in spite of that. And that's deep respect for life. So in that sense, it resonates with what I'm doing. That's more than 7 times.
This campaign is in sync with your personal philosophy.
Yes. And I also need a haircut.
Well, how fortunate we are. Thank you very much.
Oh, yeah. I brought my touch and go.
Now, let me
Sure.
introduce our other ambassador, Simloy. So, Simloy is a volunteer at Kasih in operations, and she comes to Kasih once a week to offer her time. So, I wanted to ask you, you're already giving us your time. What made you decide to pick up your hair?
To get a free haircut for good cause, I think is good instead of just doing it for nothing. Yeah, so I think Kasih is a wonderful foundation where they really has compassion and kindness to give the end-of-life cancer patient the full dignity that they deserve. And the family that care for them also get the help from Kasih nurses and the doctors unconditionally. I think that is very priceless. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you both for your courage.
Thank you.
Please.
I want new hair.
Oh, nice. Save on no drink. Get pro.
Now I can look at you, Mr. Liao.
It's all empty, Sarah.
Okay.
Yeah. Now the facial recognition of Saudi. I cannot leave the country.
That's it, you're done for.
Actually, I feel very excited at the same time scared.
Oh, why scared?
First time shaving bald.
Yeah. I don't know how I take it. Did you stay with family?
Yes, I haven't told my mom yet.
Oh, she's in for a surprise. Look, Mom, what I did for lunch.
Yeah, what I do over lunch.
So we can audition for Fast and Furious after
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Mel, I heard you've done a head shave before for the kids.
in the present life, yeah, in the present life, yes. 218.
See,
That was his echo surgery.
so 2 years ago.
Yeah, it's quite a big event, so they have to do infectious also. Yeah.
Right. I watched that video.
Is it ball and beautiful? Yeah.
Yes, yes.
So how many more to go after this today?
We have 2 batches, one in the morning.
Okay.
In the morning, another 2, and then in the afternoon, another batch.
Wonderful.
So altogether 20.
Yeah. And this was done because of the MCO thing.
Yes. Because people were selling
Yeah.
resources.
No, but
So,
it's
yeah.
wonderfully done. I haven't cut my hair since the MCO.
Kept your hair since the
Yeah,
MCO.
yeah,
I
yeah,
see.
yeah.
Yeah, me too.
I see.
And the irony was, I was asking the barber who is down my street. I said, when are you going to open? I said, I can't wait to cut my hair. Then I said, can you do house call? He said, no, they don't do house call. Then I said, I'm very near. No. They said, give me your number, I'll put you on queue. So I was waiting for the day they opened.
And?
Then Dr. Goh contacted me.
Oh, so you saved it. Okay, thank you.
For that, it took me longer.
Do you feel any different the first time after you shaved? People, your friends have a lot to ask, or everybody sort of took it?
Well, the hair grow back very fast. Yeah. But all for good cause. And I hear that the donation drive has been quite encouraging.
Very encouraging.
Yes, wonderful.
Yes, so our overheads are 1.3.
Yes.
Our target was 4 million, more than double.
Wonderful.
So that's
crisis
20 people can
yeah.
create that kind of response. Wow.
Well, crisis bring out the best in people.
It's true, isn't it?
Yeah.
I was saying at the beginning, for many people, just finding 2 strands of white hair on the head is such a big deal. And you guys are having it all taken off at one go. So that's putting things into perspective. Really? This is the nice color. Really?
Thank you very much. I think I'm going to cry. Cry of happiness.
Yeah, you
cry of
what I
happiness.
mean?
Yeah. Wow. Very interesting. Very interesting. Very deep.
How's your eyesight now? Can you see yourself?
You can see it. It's not in the right direction. Okay. Oh my goodness.
You didn't know you're so good looking.
Sometimes I even forget to comb my hair.
Well, you don't have any work to do for a while, except just wash it easily.
Yeah.
Very easy wash.
Yeah. You're going to keep your conditioner after this, Sheila?
Huh?
You're going to keep your conditioner after this?
Yeah, maybe even to my neighbor.
Very touching.
The donors will be so happy to see this.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Oh, here we are.
Thank you so much.
Hey, Liao, rolls through your teeth, man. Oh, that is so weird. You will be at the night here.
I just wanted to find out how much have we collected so far, and when is the last date that people can donate?
Okay, maybe I could say we arbitrarily set a target. Myself, Chipeng and Catherine were discussing events. So we arbitrarily, because last year when we do our Kasih Charity Fair, the annual food fair, we set at 400,000. So we thought we could not do the charity fair, we set the same target. But you all are such angels that people are so inspired by your work.
our up to today, our collection has been 20% more than the target. Understanding the pandemic effect of economic, and in the next 6 months, we may not get much donation. So we continue to drive until on the 18th for this course, what we call head shaving for Kasih Hospice. After that, people getting more aware about our work, they will continue to support us. So donation don't stop for Kasih, but donation for head shaving, officially in all our social media statement, we say on the 18th, maybe 12 midnight, after your hair shave, 12 midnight on the 18th of July. Okay. So after that, we have 2 other functions coming up. One is the Mooncake Festival and some other food selling. So your friend can continue to donate without a reason. Generosity can be done as long as you support our work. So that answers Sally's question. And once again, all of us, director and the committee, the patients, family, want to thank all of you for your brave, courageous decision to join us. And this poster went out with all your faces on the Twitter, and many people actually donated.
Okay, and let me introduce our next pair of ambassadors. So let me just start with you, the naughty looking one. This is Marina. She's the newest member of CAS Hospice. She is our operations and volunteer coordinator. So when the borrow medical equipment, she and another person helps to look after the inventory, who's borrowing, who's returning. And she also looks after our volunteer teams who go to the general hospitals. So a little bit about Marina. She's learning to speak Mandarin so that she can better communicate with callers and patients. And she's an award-winning actress. Nani. So Marina, if you just tell us a little bit about yours. You're very new to us, but you decided to shave. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes. What I told the shaving group was I needed an excuse for my mother. So thank you for letting me do this. So I can tell my mother, see, I have to do it for work, no choice.
Maybe Kasih is an excuse.
In all seriousness, I started getting introduced to hospice work in Malaysia about a couple of years ago through the MHC, Malaysian Hospice Council, and I was doing some part-time work for part-time for them, and so I come here. You're laughing at my Mandarin. I'm trying. And so I came to Kasih to work out of Kasih because Kasih was so kind to sponsor space and facilities for the Malaysian Hospice Council. And then I think at some point when they had a vacancy, they were like, yeah, we always see whether she's interested enough.
So by default,
I got privilege of first refusal. I'm grateful to the universe. And then just learning about hospices, palliative care, and what Kasih is doing is so amazing. Just the heroism in mundane people, mundane things, and I don't mean mundane as a put down, just things is so easy to overlook. The doctor asked me in one of my brilliant interviews with a big staff lunch, far apart, but it was grilling the newest person, and then the doctor asked me, okay, but the thing that people think about hospices is, don't you find the work depressing, right? And and the answer was no. I didn't have the words then, but then later we were talking about a patient's husband who, he's caring for the patient, but then in his free time, he's also going around helping other people who are sick or go to hospital and this and that and this. And then you hear such stories and you are surrounded by heroes. How? That's not depressing. It's so inspiring and it just renews my faith in the universe and life and humanity. So thank you, Dr.
you so much, Marina. And let me introduce to SK. For SK, one of our volunteers at the daycare center in Sly General. So if you like to speak, if Mandarin is more comfortable for you, you can answer. Tell us a little bit about your work in the daycare center, and what was the last thought you had before you decided to shave your hair? Mandarin is more comfortable for you.
其实这个已经是我第4次剃光头了。So this is the 4th time I shave my hair. So I'm not so excited like everybody. So I stay used to it for these 2 years. So for my first, 我第1次剃头也是为了也是为了癌症病人筹款。Also a fundraising for cancer patient. So 我参与 CAS 的义工活动已经超过10年。一开始我只是说每个星期六就是每个月第2个星期六到医院去做探访。过后就参与了每个星期5的 daycare。So 我是觉得 daycare 的探访或者服务是跟我们平时的服务是不能够说是一样的，是特别不一样的。因为 daycare 是属于让我们能够更加密切的跟病人有更加深入的一个接触以及了解。因为大部分的病人他们都在医院的 ward 里面，可能是超过1-2个月，或者是说1个月后他们再到回来，我们就好像遇到一个朋友那种感觉。而 daycare 的伙伴们，他们都是很积极、很爱心的。They love everybody. So 他会让到我学习到更多。我意思是说，不只是从我们的义工方面，我也从病人各方面学习到更多。最重要的一点就是说，我以为我是去付出，但是我深深的知道，我去接受他们给予我们的学习的正能量，让我跟我的家人、我的朋友有更好的一个接触以及一个感受。A bit different with the normal hospital visits, which we will have a close contact with the patient, because the patient sometimes they are staying at the hospital for more than months or 2, or after they discharge, they will come back to us as if we are meeting an old friend. So the touching is so different.
Thank you very much for your generosity. Thank you. Is your first time? Oh, you are also a veteran. She's a veteran and so are you.
This is the first time I'm getting it done by professionals.
When was it? We did it for you previously.
DIY. It took me like hours. Going. Okay.
Shaving off all the worries of everybody. How nice.
That's good. Yeah. It's detoxifying and it leaves your body more nourishment. Okay, mommy, sorry, no U-turn. My boss already said. I think the first time I did it, I realized that I have ideas that stick out. I was saying hello to the world. I know. So I was still actively acting at the time, and I thought, oh, I can get cast for an alien role without needing prosthetics. Yeah, I think it was scary. There's this huge anticipation each time, but the first time, yeah, you don't really know the shape of your head, right? So that was quite scary, and I thought it's like, oh yeah, I mean it's nice, it's you get to enjoy yourself better. And I thought I would be very shy and like wear hats and stuff and all that, but I couldn't stop touching it. I was like, oh, so nice, so nice. Yeah.
We should ask you, have there been many borrowings during the
okay, I joined during the MCO, so I can't compare. Yes, I can't compare, but it suddenly seems.
Were there any more?
Yeah, there was plenty of borrowings. Yeah. So as I understand it, discussions and things, it's because during the MCO, the hospitals are especially critical to keep, people who don't need to be there out of hospital. So in which case, then there's actually more need for our benefits, services. Home use. Yeah, for home use and things. I think the medical team, I'm sure, under a lot of pressure, it's like you need to take precautions for yourself, but at the same time, you need to make, especially at this time, keep your patients out of hospital.
It's like a perfect storm, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's so dangerous to do it, you have to do it now.
And I know that some patients had contacted families, completed letters to cross lines to get in our area of coverage. That when it was 10 kilometers, I think it was difficult for people. So I think returning equipment, when they need the equipment, of course it might be urgent, so that's all right. But when you're returning big equipment and lorries, so that's it. We don't need to rush so much, but certain things.
That's true, isn't it? The return is another issue.
Yes. So when it's few but critical things like oxygen, concentrators, then that's where, if they are able to return it, then it would be of great benefit to the next patient.
It's a very expensive equipment.
And we get people actually calling up to us, heard that you need this. How much does it cost? Okay, I will donate money just for this.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
Wow, it's good.
Really, Mama. Are you learning from SK?
Sorry. One more time. 你叫什么？
2 kilo 的蛋。
我
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Yvonne. Thank you so much for your. Yvonne is very special because she actually was actually arranging someone to come and do the proper corporate video. But now we are very happy that you actually come over to join us, and we will have a corporate video done in Kasih premise. Hi Yvonne Pei. Thank you. And we have also Mr. Mok joining us for the first time. Mr. Mok is a very dedicated volunteer for palliative care. He has been helping us in many occasions. He is very active in Selayang Hospital. So, Mr. Mok, thank you very much.
I see. Thank you, Mr. Mark.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Mark.
And Sin Loy Chiu Sin Loy is our long-term volunteer in Selayang Hospital, joining the Chinese group. So they are well done. And last but not least, our LDC member Amala, Pek Chihen, Kendra Tan. They are the three whom we knows. So they will be coming over on the 18th.
Okay, great.
And me. So that's about it for today. SK Wong, sorry. SK is our dear lady. She has shaved.
Hello.
Yeah, she's our long-term Selayang Hospital volunteer. And last but not least, Sally Ong, your dear LDC friends.
Some get on something off after you like. Okay, so we wait.
From there.
Thank you for coming, Mr. Mok.
We welcome you on the 18th July. Meantime, take care of your hair. Precious hair.
Yeah. Take now the time to take a lot of selfie while you still have your hair.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Have a good evening.
Bye-bye.
And I'll prepare you for
Good week. Bye.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And the final ambassador for this morning's head shave session is Brother Mok. Let me say a little bit about Brother Mok. He's one of the most active volunteers in the Selayang General Day Care Center. He's helped Kasih so much, helping us with materials to make PPE, ferrying supplies up and down, and he's also a member of CITI. Yes. So thank you very much, and I have a question for you.
Yes.
How do you keep up your enthusiasm to serve the community the way you have? How do you keep up your enthusiasm?
I think I only can say that along of this survey, actually I gained a lot through my survey. A lot of people say, why should you do it without any return in terms of money? But for me, I can personally feel that my returns are getting more than what the supposed money is on. That makes me and inspire me to go on further.
Only more people can think like that. Thank you so much for your courage and your ongoing service. You are like a wish-granting jewel. You are everywhere helping. Thank you so much, Brother Mok.
I think if there's people need wherever, I will come over.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Please. Here we go.
Yes. The shorter the better. The glossy the better.
The shinier the better. walls, long kind of head, peak in the middle, perfect.
Purposely reserved for it.
Yes.
My mom asked me this morning, you come back, what will become of? I said, oh, right, yes, I told her. But that, she says, I prefer you come back with botak.
Oh, okay, she's supportive.
Yes.
We spend most of the week doing social work of one form or another.
Yes.
Every day.
I don't say every day, but most of the time, I satisfy of people or sometimes even the doctor. How's the response today?
So we have 20 people, we promise. This is morning session. Morning session, we already did 11 people. So how? But we interview just the volunteers in the morning because afternoon timing is not that clear.
I think we worry to do this.
This Saturday, some people afternoon more. Men are very easy and fast to shave. Just like Catherine has long hair. Takes time.
She needs to go furthermore some more.
Nice. Young people in schools now should be taught how to think, how to serve rather than what can I get, isn't it?
I foresee our younger generation going to this COVID. I think they start realize something. I think previously that they don't work.
You think so?
Yeah. Because they have been seen Malaysian cut people wherever they're not bothered the age, but they still doing extra dealing over the week.
That's true. For example, like you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for all of y'all.
Three.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. Rất漂亮了。
不用讲了，我这里。
Now, communicating end-of-life issues with a PPE, using a face shield, face mask, not very easy. I had this beautiful 91-year-old lady, which I went in with PPE. First thing is when I was examining her, this is many months back, yeah. So I was actually talking to her and she turns around because I was just fully covered and she turns around and says, in Malay, you don't like me, is it, doctor? I said, no. And I'm trying to smile through the mask and try to tell her, no, I'm not angry. Why do you say that? no, I cannot see your face. So I kind of explained to her, because of fear of transmitting things to you and fear of COVID, I cannot remove this. But you see, being a 92 years old, and I don't think so she understood, she kept on repeating and repeating it till I had no choice. I had to remove it. And the smile she gave to me when I removed the mask, she was so happy. So these kind of small things, this non-verbal communication, sometimes is quite important. But what I did subsequent visit is I still wore my mask. I went and saw her, but this time I thought best way is to be more verbal. So when she says something, I try to laugh more so that she knows that, she can't see my smile, but she knows that, okay, nothing is actually affecting her or affecting me.
How do you get so many people to sew?
It was amazing. It was like, when you had volunteer had friends and family, and it just went beyond people we actually directly know. So there are people who help and we actually don't have direct connection with them. So it went beyond the Kasih Hospice volunteers.
So I must thank Chipeng for giving my family also the opportunity to sew, because they actually told me that they are fit and healthy and they're sitting at home because of social control order. They felt so hopeless, and they see news, TV, frontliners are needing PPE. So when the moment we could get some cloth to sew, they feel they contributed to this pandemic and there's some meaning in their life, and this is once in a lifetime experience. So actually many of volunteers who come forward also, I think they feel like they want to doing something, because we have a family of 3 generations, grandmother, daughter, and granddaughter, helping to sew the PPE, and so touching. So when we share these photos on our Facebook, a lot of people are so touched.
So I have another question. I think could be for Dr. Xiao or for Dr. Goh. With regards to collateral damage in palliative care, so how has it affected Kasih Hospice? Perhaps you want to elaborate, maybe based on the workforce or finance or just everything in general?
Do you want to talk about finance or talk about the workforce?
Workforce.
Well, again, as you know, in early part of the MCO and early part of the pandemic, there was definitely, I will be lying if I say the team was well prepared. We were actually quite fearful and worried and concerned about what we were going to face. But at the same time, the nurses and doctors all are very dedicated. They know they would not stop working, but how are they going to cope? They have there were a lot of pressure and some concern definitely from family members. One of our nurses actually said she was actually thinking, really actively thinking, like, should I move out to rent a place so that she could continue seeing the patient and not bringing back whatever, putting the family at risk because she had mother at home, she had children, she has, someone who has asthma and things like that. And then there was also other nurses, other staff who actually have some medical condition. So it was amazing to see the team, how everyone volunteered to cover and try to protect the other person. So I think we did well in terms of the team spirit and how everyone just so much concern and caring for each other and volunteering to do more for the other person. Yeah.
The concern is real because community out there, we do not know who have COVID or who do not have, and also their relative. And certain areas that we care for are actually low income, the marginalized population, including some immigrants. So these are real risks of our healthcare providers, the hospice doctors and nurses when they visit the patients. So I always admire, despite that, they still go and visit. And the near miss is certainly very concerning. But I never see a time where our doctor, Dr. Vanita, Dr. Munira said, no, we don't want to visit patients when they're in need. But we do also do some modification. We use more virtual clinic approach, calling up telemedicine. Then sometimes they pick up the medicine and equipment, and we get transportation to send the necessary medical equipment. So people are, although a bit difficult under MCO, but our letters, our police are quite understanding, and they allow our doctors and nurses and even family holding our letter to go home to visit their dying parents. So this very touched that we could do that because we don't want the regret of not visiting our loved ones when they are sick or at the near death that we can't visit. So our doctors have been very helpful in terms of helping relatives to visit patients. So these are extraordinary things done during this extraordinary, unprecedented event. From financial part, our cost of running, when you started, you said medical cost is very expensive in our country, even though we have kind of free healthcare in the Ministry of Health, like very cheap, you can get access to outpatient care, inpatient care. But palliative care is very short, and palliative community care is not provided by the Ministry of Health, meaning team of doctor nurses go to see patient at home. So we work closely with our Ministry of Health palliative care team where they refer us a patient, and the community hospice go to the home provide. And this is very unique because most Malaysians would like to die at home, eventually at the end of life. So because of that, we need professional doctors and nurses who are trained in hospice, medicine, equipment, their transportation, and running the other services. It costs us about 1.3 million a year to serve about 800 patients. So at any one time, there are 100 to 120 patients. So with that, certainly when funds less coming in, not stopping, but there are still people generous in donating, but much less. I'm very worried. We are actually looking at the account. We have Mr. Wong, our treasurer, thinking what to do. We certainly have some reserve, but if it continues to be like that, then it will be difficult. But we are so blessed by when we just express our situation using collateral damage as a keyword, donations start coming in through this head shaving event. Because of our pledge, and maybe also the directors and the manager and also our staff, Marina, have also have volunteered our hair to be shaved. So we are actually, and also our medical nurse husband had the pledge to shave his head. So the whole, people see our team so generous, so selfless in doing something very unusual for many people. Hair is so precious, so difficult to be not having hair. So funds started to come in, and we set some very honest, very modest target, and we have achieved that. Because you see, people are very generous. So, but that target is only like 30% of total cost. So we certainly welcome more donation coming in. Even after this head shaving for palliative care event, we hope people will understand there are people out there who are dying, who need very good quality medical care to relieve their pain. They need medicine. And this, as we know, in the future will be more difficult to get funds from maybe from the government or Ministry of Health or even corporate. So we hope individual donors or if some companies are doing quite okay, will continue to support this good cause of work, that we reach out to community to care for people who are dying.
It's a holy place, isn't it? My friend goes southern India, they come back, then they have put the yellow powder. Yeah. I was wondering where to get that from. Cooking, I think, yeah. Take your time. Something like that. Okay, thank you very much. You ready? Yes. No need to say. Well, yeah, that is the time. Wonderful. And we thank you very much for coming for a different purpose. So you're done twice for religious purposes, pilgrimage. And how do you feel about doing this time for charity?
Very happy. It's so nice to do something for the benefit of the community, right? It's always nice to do something for the people.
Wonderful.
Especially at this time of pandemic.
How does COVID pandemic affect your life?
You know, I run a big company. But so I think that it's been a struggle. I mean, we've been very lucky as a company because we're actually quite a team, not with those years. But you know, the struggle to get work done, it's a struggle to get things done. Everybody is facing struggling because their kids are not in school. So it's really tough. So basically, I coined the term. We have PTSD. Pandemic trauma stress disorder. So I think we all need to go and try and do something about that one.
And by doing this, does it inspire your other co-workers to feel that it's not too bad?
I see. I don't think they realize basically what I'm telling them I'm doing. I think it'll be a big shock for them.
Oh, you have not prepared your stuff?
No, I did, but I didn't get any comments. So I think because it's such a long message, I don't think they read the whole thing, you know.
Sure. They think you're joking, maybe.
Right.
How are your family members?
They're fine.
Oh, you're done.
So my husband is over there. So he's like, whatever. Seen it before.
Very supportive. Very good. Yeah. Oh, you look so pretty. This is so pretty. I say something to your loved one.
You're taking some pictures, guys.
Oh, yes. Enjoying the moment. So important, the moment at this time, you are doing something so wonderful. And at this time, during the pandemic, it means a lot.
It's a good time to do that. Basically, I feel like when you shave off your hair, you're also taking off all the, the negative emotions and, the trouble.
Is that what the Hindus believe about shaving?
No, actually for them, it is actually more of a sign of humility and basically giving up of your ego. And obviously vanity, but it's actually your ego. So, you put yourself in front of God and basically,
Yeah, also
many meanings are that.
Yeah. So shaving, it's only for charity, but it's so meaningful in terms of letting go and letting go of all the worries also, and live a new life, a new normal.
And suddenly you have a lot more time. You don't have to brush hair, wash hair.
See how similar that you spend a lot of time washing, cleaning, combing, keeping the hair.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to having that additional.
Yeah, that's how you told me. Yeah, deep breath coming because
you go on diet.
Let's set a goal for that.
Yeah.
Well, the hair will grow back very fast, so better start soon. Yeah, you're almost done. You're so good. You're learning of the courage. Yes, and you please take a photo. The session is going. Yes. competition. I have the address. They go back and clean this up. Yes.
So before we end this short session, maybe we can get like some short final words from the
pearl of the interview.
Yeah, the pearl of the interview.
I always feel life is short for many as I'm turning older and retiring this year. When this opportunity comes on our way to do something good, grab it, do it, because you may not have this opportunity to do again. And doing good work doesn't mean anytime you want to be involved in a charity, you will get be invited or be able to involve. So I think grasping important thing, doing it now when you can is very important. So act now, do now, donate now.
How about
resonate along with Dr. Go's words of wisdom. I always believe, I think giving is not a duty, giving is a privilege in any form. I mean, anyone can help by just maybe forwarding the message. Two of the aims, of course, one is to fundraise, second is rightfully mentioned that is to raise awareness and general public education on such availability of such service. Yeah.
So thank you very much for coming today. So thank you very much. I hope you everyone will be able to gain some valuable insights about palliative care in general, and do come forward and support palliative care, especially in Malaysia. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We don't have questions. 辛苦一些的，欢迎你来到这边关爱服务来做个善举啊，这个绿华的这个头牌，你这是第一次做吗？哇，不敢当。所以现在我们就马上开始来把你的头发剃了，然后来看看你的新面貌。Judy，那你对这次决定要来剃头有什么感觉？你会知道我有做这个剃头的服务的节目。是啊，不过在这个疫情的时候，做一点你的心意老是很好。那么以前也没有做过呢，第一次做，你觉得人家没去做过，时候，你觉得有点不太习惯吗？不会。所以这脾气正好，少的时候也是很清凉哈。那么改次如果有同样的机会，你还可以再来剃头发吗？哇，很好，我们一定把你的字留下来，然后我们以后再来跟你联络一下。你这是这个这边过来服务会照顾这个安宁小住病人，病人已经末期的病人哈，就是我们为了他们做这个慈善啊，能够筹那些钱来帮忙生病的人啊。你曾经遇到过病危的朋友啊，或者亲戚生病很严重的？你那个时候看他们这样生病，你会觉得什么？生病来就马上这个 corona virus。现在我们的一把师已经离开了啊，是这样子的，全部我带还是要有一点手法，它可以人家多少。全部啦，全部方面新的都要秀出来就好。OK， 开始了啊。 这我第一个人解的，所以非常好。我们手头发是我们的3000个烦恼丝嘛，哈，每一个人都是烦恼，是要把烦恼放下的。你和你家人讲会，你来这边听懂吗？他们都怎样呢？
很好，
支持哦。
支持哦。对。做慈善，支持活动。
那么其他同事他们知道吗？
是。
讲起来，大家都知道，就提供在华人社会做很多服务都有做过，为华教筹款啊，为什么病人筹款啊。好了，这个 coronavirus， 这个疫情哦，会影响到你的工作吗？
要注意安全哦，要注意卫生啊，
平常要多洗手。如果你其他你的生活，或者你工作会有没有改变到呢？要讲话大声一点。
大声一点 ，OK 好。
你这个疫情来的时候，你会影响到你的公司那些经济上会有影响吗？很好哦，有些那个做这个旅游的啦，或者是酒店的，他们都关店了，都裁员。你的公司没有？你希望不会有那种？
希望不要有。
是很多人都是裁员，就没有工作，或者有些他们自己减薪哈，那时候薪水少了，所以
薪水少了，但是要
花少一点钱了。
花少一点钱啊，自己要利索一点啊，要慢慢花钱啊。
你认为马来西亚比你看报纸有些国家他们的疫情，你认为马来西亚我们这个国家安全吗？
还好，我觉得，这每个人都要注意安全啊，注意卫生啊，自己的洗手啊，戴口罩。然后呢，地方都尽量不要去。
哇，很好哎！所以我觉得我们国家做得好，有很多像你这样的人啊，很照顾跟着 SOP 走了，不要去人多的地方戴口罩、勤洗手，这样就被传染到别人哈。很好很好，这样希望我们国家继续。再有新的病情的话，我们可以更加方便我们工作了啊。给最后一个人，差不多要最后一遍。OK， 好漂亮，英俊，庄严啊！对，他是非常的细心。慢慢一个一个再见。哇 ，shining 啊！三百亿，这给我那边做。这个表现的很漂亮，好漂亮。上面是。Okay. Well done. Our next hairdresser, Madam Chu Luan Hong. First time you wear PPE cutting hair, Madam Chu? Yes. First time. Can you see clearly? With the PPE plastic, can you see?
And it's better without working.
Yeah. Okay. 5 minutes. 给我的吧。I think next time maybe I can
Thank you very much for your introduction.
Okay, 谢谢你的回答。最快的5分钟不到就完成了大功告成，送你一本书，还有花，谢谢你的到来。来，和我们一起来拍照。啊，要出来拍。
Hi, we are back here with Catherine, the manager of Kasih Hospice, as well as Dr. Go and also Dr. Xiao. So we'll be discussing a bit about today's event, which is the head shaving. How did it come about? How did the idea come about? So first, I'll ask Catherine about, because I've heard that the idea actually came from you. So maybe you can just let us know how did you suddenly thought of this idea, and maybe like how did you spread it to the rest, and how did everyone agree?
Oh, okay. I wouldn't say it was just me, but probably, yeah, it came when I was first digging my brain for a new idea to replace the charity fair. I wasn't sure then how long COVID was going to last, and what the new normal would be. It was still very uncertain time. So I was essentially looking for something that, worst come to worst, we can all do at home, but it still unifies us in some way. And I wanted something also that is that arouses fundamental emotions in a person, arouses that sense of, wow, this is what it feels like to lose your hair, this is what it feels like for a person going through cancer, etc. And you know, to come up with that sense of compassion, but also a rallying cry. And we were going through a time where there was so much on the internet, there's so much on Facebook, so you also need something quite dynamic that will break through that kind of noise. And I would say for a person shaving their head is quite a bold thing. It would attract a lot of attention. It would even cut through the sort of that sort of dynamic noise we were getting during the MCO period. Also, I wanted that sort of link with cancer as well, because you know we do have, most of our patients are actually cancer patients. So having that perspective, having that affiliation, I think helps us in some way, and also it's not been done in the palliative care hospice sphere so far, so why not be the first? So that's how it started. So yeah, congratulations, Kasih.
So how did you manage to get all your directors?
How did you manage to get everyone on board? I think my directors are very supportive. They are people who are like very open-minded, very willing to try something, especially when we know why we are here, why we are doing it for. Then you know, I think it's a very good rallying cry, and also I have to say kudos to my directors who are willing to do this. You know, even some of them are like first-time shaving and all that. It's not easy. I shaved once before, and that was not easy, and I was much younger then. So it's something that makes people take notice. Yeah, as I said, we needed something to cut through the noise, or something to go and say, wow, they are doing this. Even the directors are doing this. That's impressive. So that's where it came from. So yeah, I'm very lucky to work at management, good support.
So when did the idea come about? Like, was it like the beginning of the year, or like it's right after MCO, or like, because how long did you prepare? I mean, did everyone manage to get everyone to actually say okay? And how long did you prepare? Maybe can you share with us?
It was during MCO now. I mean, everything happened so suddenly. I would say we were just, I was just insane, like how are we going to continue and how are we going to raise money this year? And then I knew almost certainly all our fundraising events will be cancelled for the year. So, and we didn't really have an online audience, not really. The digital audience is very different from your event-based audience. So I was wondering, how do we get these people to know we exist, to listen to us, and not only that, to care about palliative care, in such a short period. Yeah. So that's how it conceptualized, and then it slowly snowballed. I didn't think it would be this successful actually, but it was, and I would say that's in a huge part thanks to the directors who are willing to come on board and give it that buzz. I will shave. So everyone will say, wow, really? They want to see whether it happens or not. So that's part of the reason why this live stream is also happening, so that now you have proof that Dr. Gold, Dr. Xiao, Mr. Wong, all these big directors are shaving for us for hospice care.
The other people are also important. How do you get the other volunteers to come on board? And they are equally important as everybody's more or less the same.
I think it's a snowball effect. So once you get one or two, of course, I started by declaring I will shave. I was maybe inspiration.
I was inspired by you, and I don't know who inspired you to shave.
It was announced on the 1st of May. Remember?
Yes, it was announced.
There was a week before you mentioned, and then we thought about what day should we roll it out.
Yeah.
It was 1st of May.
Yeah. So we decided very fast, and then we just said, let's go with it. Yeah.
So within I think just 2 months, so we managed to conceptualize the whole event until the event day itself. So it's a really good job to everybody.
We've got great supporters. Great supporters. We are very lucky we had the media willing to feature us as well. So I think all of that helped.
I think the media feature is very important in a way, because that's where people are aware, not just aware of the event itself, but to be aware that palliative care exists. Like a lot of people, they don't know that what is palliative care. They don't really know. So by doing this kind of event, people are aware of such services that we provide, and at the same time, then they will actually come for it.
So nobody forced anybody.
There was a bit of arm twisting. I will tell Dr. Xiao I will show up in your house if you don't shave.
I still have a chance. I'm waiting for the result.
So in a way, we are doing in the group, so we are helping each other, getting head scarf. Catherine share with me where to get. Actually, lend me the head scarf because we need to work, and also others are making YouTube to show me how to tie a turban. Even the other shaver, SK was showing how you can make simple scarf. So I think it's such warm inside that you're doing something, and at the same time people understand it's first event, first experience, and what you need to do, and they start helping us to get the beautiful scarf. Well done.
It's amazing because even when Sinchu featured this event, we had people calling us all the way from Sarawak, from Sabah, different states saying, I also want to shave. What do I do? They were so enthusiastic. They will say, I've had this experience with hospice, or I know about cancer and I know about palliative care. I also want to do my part. So some of our donations were actually collected from different states, and that was very gratifying, and we are truly in awe how supportive people are when the stories get out there. So I think that's one of the things we want to do moving forward, have a lot more stories, and go digital a lot more as well, provide this sort of content, because people react to stories more than anything else.
So I think we must thank COVID-19. Not only is a collateral damage in terms of financial difficulties, but COVID-19 also showed the human kindness that we see beyond border, beyond ethnic, beyond countries also. We have shaver from two other countries, US and UK. So collateral benefit actually.
Yeah. And we had to learn a lot of skills, at that time maybe it's a little bit stressful, but when we look back, after that we realized, see, we did all this, we accomplished all the things we didn't think we could accomplish, and we survived. Yeah. So I think we will have stronger fundamentals after this going forward. I think COVID magnifies the things you need to improve. So you improve it, and then you are stronger for it. Yeah. So, any last words from anybody?
From Catherine. Something you want to share to oppose.
Sharing. I would say we need to do the hospice in Malaysia, and I don't just need for Kasih, the hospice industry needs to develop a lot more. We have a long way to go. I mean, we are doing the best we can, but we need a lot more help from outsiders. We need not just donation support, but we also need the skill set and knowledge sitting in people's heads outside who you can actually come and contribute. We need means of scaling so we can serve more patients. We need people who are willing to come in and do training to help us to automate more, to understand digital more, so that we can go out there and do a lot more education. So if you are interested in helping us expand, please get in touch with us, and we will be very happy to hear from you.
So with that, thank you very much for tuning in. So have a good day. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.